it's time for the bell. How many options will you sell? Fire up your platform, get ready to enter. But first, let's get the mindset centered. Hey, let's go. We're not here to gamble, we're here to trade. We follow the plan, that's how we get paid. Testing, trading, have success. Find what works for you and forget the rest. Stats and probabilities is what we're about. Time to dismiss greed and doubt. Focus on the process, not the money. And the profits will flow like honey. Power Hour Live, let's start the show. Come on, trade hackers, get ready to go. 0-day options, time to make bank. Get locked and loaded, then be ready to blank. Hey!
What is up, everyone? Welcome to Power Hour Live, Thursday, January 29th. S&P down 40, NASDAQ down 280, Russell down 9, and the Dow is down 95. Gold down 0.25%, silver down 0.5% after being up pretty big. Notes and bonds a little bit green, 10-year yield down about 0.5%, oil up 3.5%, natural gas up 4%, soybeans finished a little red, wheat and corn a little green. Euro and the pound are up slightly, and Bitcoin is down 6%. A little over 83,000 in the Bitcoin right now. VIX is up a little over 5%, 17.23. On the big flush, let's see, what did the VIX peak at? Looks like VIX peaked at a high of 19.74. So quite a little flush, and we've gotten back in the S&P about half. So quite a little V bottom, a little bit of a mini short squeeze. As far as my trades go today, BIX, I've done 14 tranches. Attached says I'm up about 800. I'm actually up about 1,800 because I did make some money on the longs on the way down. But I've a lot of one-sided stops. I have had one double stop, and then I've got two tranches still open with a potential pin, and those are between 30 and 50 and 30 and 45. Day trades, green, up a little over 1,100. Microsoft winner, MU loser, Tesla winner, Meta winner. These are just my day trades. I've also got a Meta vertical spread that I entered as a swing trade. It's still open. My one DTE came back to life. It's a Christmas miracle. It's up a little bit. What is it up? The bot says it's up about 10%. And then I also did a Wooga, a little Woogie. It's up 32%. I did 3 Elmos, 2 nice winners, and 1 brutal loser that I still blame on Moel. Yeah, that was too big of a loss. I ended up losing like 2,700 on that one, whereas my 2 winners were like 585 and 510. So red on the Elmos. What frustrates me even more than the fact that Moel forced me into the trade was, as it was coming down, I was like, you know what? I know we're going to get a bounce here. I need to widen my stop. And I was thinking about it. I was in my day trades, kind of got distracted. And then when it got down almost to my stop, I went to the bot and I hit change, whatever it says, change stop. And I literally clicked on it, moved it to 10 points beyond in the money, and I hit enter. And as soon as I did that, it got stopped out. So I literally would have survived and booked a profit on it, but I wasn't fast enough in changing my stop. So anyway, that one kind of hurt. But otherwise, really good day. Really good day. The only day trade I don't really like was my MU one. I mean, I still like the setup. I like that I took it. But I accidentally went a little bit too big. And then I held it a little bit too long, and it was a loser. Had really good momentum, good strength pushing up while the rest of the market started to kind of sell off. Had a nice reaction off previous day high. It ticked through highs of day, didn't quite get to my profit target, and then just fell. And I kind of held a little bit too long. So that ended up being my $1,700 loser. Still well within my risk parameters, but bigger loser than I should have taken. My other ones were Softy. Microsoft was my first one. Microsoft had earnings, big gap down on this little bounce. Things were starting to get weak. Looked like we were going to make another leg lower, so I picked Microsoft as my horse to ride down and had a nice flush, and then I got out, I don't know, somewhere around here. Let's see, what were my executions? I got out on my last one at 948. So that would have been, yeah, about right here. So I left, there's a tiny bit more of downside, but it's a pretty good exit. MU and then Tesla was another short. Entered that one at 910. Oh yeah, so it was on this bounce right here. Got short, caught that leg down. It started to bounce a little bit more aggressively than some others, and so I got out after that second little second bar bounce. And then lastly, Meta. A couple good trades in Meta. One was one was entered as a swing trade, but I'll probably close it out by the end of today. It held, so I had the earnings expected move marked, so it had a big gap up above the expected range, pulled all the way back, held that level, and then had a really nice clean trendline break. So that's where I got long, and I just sold a put spread. Still riding that. Still got a couple lots left. In fact, if it gets basically over this little pivot high, it will close for 50 cents. And then I took another trade in Meta as a day trade with calls. Another little trendline break with momentum. Caught some calls, rode those up. Closed my runners when it started to kind of roll over. So nice little day trades today. Speaking of day trades, I am doing a class 30 minutes after the market closes today. Just talking about, so we invited, it's really kind of a high level overview for non-members, but we invited members too, just because it's not, these strategies aren't part of the day trading course, but it's really going to be focused on trendline breaks and reversals. So feel free to join. You can go to the Trader Chat channel if you haven't seen the details or haven't received the email. I am going to be redoing the day trading options for income course. You know, there's a lot of little nuances of how I trade now that I didn't trade when I recorded that. So don't feel like you need to attend this class. It's more high level than anything, but I'm going to be re-recording with a lot more detail and nuance for members here in the near future. How'd you guys do today? I know Moel racked up some good Elmos. Watson, any good day trades for you? Tony Montana. Good green day. Nice. What'd you trade, Tony? Joey Bags? Any good stuff out of you? Ooh, nice, Moel. 7,400 on Elmos. Very nice. Who else? Dark Avenger, what about you? Any good directionals? Anybody else? I love day trading the day after FOMC. Didn't necessarily expect this kind of move, but it just seems like you always get a really nice range. Work? That pesky work always gets in the way. Tony, you got some 0 DTE, some Tesla, and some AVGO. Nice. Watson, Soxol, and SLV. So we do have earnings after the bell. Oh, also, so I closed my Meta fly for right around 200% return. I closed Tesla because it was pretty far out of the money. Instead of letting it go to max loss, I closed it to salvage about $95 or something like that. And then Microsoft's going to be a loser. So after the bell today, we've got Apple, and I think there was one other, right? Oh, SNDK and Visa. So yeah, just Apple really is the only thing I would trade. What do you think, Moel? Up or down? Watson's in SNDK. Is that neutral or directional, Watson? Medfly closed the swing in silver for plus 28K. Very nice. Love it. Watson, why are you so superstitious? Well, you know I'm going bullish. Especially after this big flush and recover. I think we continue to squeeze tomorrow. I mean, look at the wick. Look at the wick on that daily chart. That's a dirty, dirty little wick. As far as Apple goes, it's been kind of popped up after its last earnings, hit a new all-time high. It's been trailing down, and then the last week or so, it's bounced. I think it's ready to. I think she's ready to start going back up. That's an interesting transformer, Joey. All right, so Apple. Why is Meta not? Meta's still closed. Hasn't closed my vertical down yet. Apple, we've got an expected move of about $11. Currently trading at 258, so we're talking 269. Call it 270. I'll try to get filled on this at, let's try $1.56. filled. All right, so we'll see if Apple can get a little bump. Tezzy's heading back to lows of day. Microsoft is finally trying to bounce a little bit. Tesla down almost 4%. Microsoft's down almost 11.5%. How was it getting filled on SNDK on a four-legged spread? I mean, that thing's just been on fire. Watson, the perma-contrarian, went bearish. That makes sense. I used to be a perma-contrarian, Watson. I'm not anymore, though. I've learned that the trend can be your friend sometimes. SNDK's got an expected move of somewhere between 50 and 58. So that would be like, if I went bearish, it'd be somewhere around 490. S&P's been a really tight range here for the last hour or so. Yeah, I only do like $500 of risk on these. These are just for fun, so that's a little above my pay grade. I'd have to risk almost $1,000 for one lotter. Get it down to about 800 or 900. Yeah, I'll pass on the old SNDK. Meta still has not broken highs of day that it hit on its first 5-minute bar, but it's still grinding. Still grinding. My vertical spread that I traded, it is trying to get out at 50 cents. It's trading at 55 cents. So just another little push up would hit that. Amazon's pushing. Trying to bounce. So we do have PPI tomorrow. Pre-market. Let's see, where's my calendar at here? PPI pre-market, and then we do have one Fed speaker during market hours, 11:30 a.m. Central. Doesn't look like it's anything important. Next week, Monday, ISM manufacturing. Tuesday, JOLTS. Wednesday, ADP non-farm employment change and ISM services PMI. Thursday, unemployment claims, and Friday, NFP. Yes, good point. Tomorrow is the last day of the month. So I will be trading the last day of the month, Rick. Amazon
Order partially filled.
$50 billion in OpenAI.
Order filled.
Wow. Looking at the option chain. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah, NFP getting a little bump in implied volatility. Higher, 1% higher than Thursday, 2% higher than Wednesday. Definitely pricing in a little something for Friday. SPX getting a little bouncy. I just got hit on one of my call sides of my BIX, so no pin on that tranche. So I've got one tranche left for a potential pin.
Order filled.
69.50, and they just got hit. Okay, bye-bye.
Order filled.
No pins for me. Little pop. Little poppy pop. My one DTE likey. My Wooga, probably no likey. Wooga is back to about break even. My one DTE is up about 24%. I guess I could transform my one DTE for tomorrow. Let's see what that would look like. Moel, that's your earnings fly in Meta? Yeah, I wouldn't hold that. I mean, obviously could come back. Could come back into the peak tomorrow. You have all day tomorrow. If we get a sell-off. Oh yeah, my one DTE. Let's see here. So I could transform my one DTE right now and get a minimum profit of 360, max profit of 1360 if we get above 70.30 tomorrow. Which would be 28 points above yesterday's all-time high. So I could lock in a guaranteed 390, call it. Or I could currently close it for about 430. Or I could see if we keep pushing up and get more. Got 7 minutes till MOC. I'm going to hold. I'm going to hold through MOC. I think we keep squeezing into the close. Little squeezy. Why isn't my meta filling? Ooh, Microsoft. Nice little bounce out of Softy. Nice little bounce out of Amazon. I mean, at this rate, Microsoft, we only need about another 20% move in Microsoft tomorrow, and we could be profitable on our earnings fly. Think Microsoft can get back up to 500 by tomorrow? That would be something. That would be something. I'm going to assume the Mahomes flies are pretty cheap still. SPX at around 50. $50 butterfly. Oh, wow. $1.40. Not bad. Okay. Definitely get a little scalpy scalp going. Got 4 minutes. I'm going to put an order in to try to get $1.65 on the 50 fly. Probably won't get filled there, but try. Get my juice turned on. I do want to get it filled on this fly before MOC, so I will adjust it if I don't get filled. Currently at $1.65. Looks like it's trading closer to $1.40, $1.50. I went with the put side because my call strike is taken. Two minutes till MOC. Meta popping again. Should be really close to filling my vertical. There's my meta vertical.
One minute ago now to get the market on close imbalance data.
Less than a minute. Still trading for around $1.50 here. Let's try $1.55. Man, they just got cheaper.
Ten seconds.
Order partially filled.
Market on close
Order
imbalance.
filled.
S&P 500 buy side 1.5 billion. Nasdaq 100 buy side 1.1 billion. Dow 30 buy side 254 million. And Mag 7 buy side 587 million.
1.5 billy. I didn't get filled. I assume my Wooga's toast. A little outside range. SPX at 57. 60 butterflies, only $1.40, $1.50. Ugh. Got hit with a couple double stops on this push up on my BIC, so BICs are going to be red today.
So a reminder then, after the market, so we get Visa Q1 2026 earnings and Apple.
No more you, Mr. Financial Juice. All right, let's see what the 55 fly looks like. Getting closer to 60 now. Try to get filled on the 60s. It's close to $2. S&P all the way back up to yesterday's lows. SPX back into the expected move range. My 1 DTE will be closing in 30 seconds. It's currently up 35%. How about them apples? Wooga's going to be a loser. My 60 butterfly is not filling. SPX right at a little above 59. Minutes to go. My my 1 DTE just got filled. 35%. What a comeback. Well, now we're at 63. I don't think my 60. I'm gonna cancel my Mahomes. Anybody taking Mahomes? Oh, Dark Avenger, you got in the 50s for $1.50. Nice. Did you already close it, or are you riding it? 13 points above. Don't want to say you're totally safe, but looks pretty solid. Squeezy McSqueezerson into the bell. Ooh, beautiful. Elliot. A little long call vertical. That's what I did yesterday after FOMC when I was just kind of chopping around. This is the move I was looking for. All right, no Mahomes for me today. Let's see what the 65s look like, just for fun. Three minutes to go. 65s are trading for about 220. VIX, just like that, back through lows of day, back below 17. Little 3-point swing in the VIX today. Oh, I did roll down my Bitcoin, my IBIT calls on my wheel. I don't think I mentioned that. Little bounce helping some of those wheel positions.
Order partially filled.
Oh my goodness.
Order filled.
Another double stop. Wow. I thought that one was out of range. Yeah, ugly day for BIX now. This kind of V-shaped issue, that's kind of the enemy of the BIX. One minute. Still got a full minute. We could go to all-time highs here if we're not careful. Now look at that daily wick. That's a wick right there. That's the old abandoned baby flying star right there, Watson. So the only fly would again fill that was the 60. What was I trying to get filled at? 60. Well, yeah, I didn't get
Order
filled
cancelled. Order
so
cancelled.
65, I could have got in. It would have
Order
been a
cancelled.
little tiny winner. Little markup on the close. 69.68.75 after being as low as 68.71. 100-point move up from the lows, my friends. Just a cool hundy. And the S&P is still red on the day. Wow. All right, all. That is a wrap. I'm going to go get ready for the day trading class here in about 30 minutes. Everybody have a good night. We'll talk to you soon. I'll be live streaming for day trading sharp at the bell in the morning. Look forward to that. Everybody have a good night. Take care.